Did you know that once your song is released with DistroKid, you can't edit the language? This means that choosing the right language at the very start is crucial. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about it. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete. Welcome to Studio Live. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how you can set the language when you upload a new song using DistroKid. I'm going to tell you why you can't change it once you've actually set it and uploaded it, how you can work around that, and what you do if your language just isn't listed. Let's dive in. But before we get to that, what is DistroKid? If you haven't heard of DistroKid, it is an online music distribution platform where you can release an unlimited number of songs, EPs, and albums to the likes of Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, Deezer, and a whole bunch more. And that starts at just $24.99 per year. And in fact, you can save yourself 7% off the first year on any DistroKid plan. Just check out the link down in the description. Let's now dive in and show you everything you need to know about languages here in DistroKid. To release a new song, EP, or album on DistroKid, you just need to tap on or click on the upload and then upload music. You'll be presented with this screen, which you've probably seen before if you've released a song. If we scroll on down, the field that you're looking for that you need to change the language is, funnily enough, the language field. And when you click that, you'll see a bunch of different languages here. Not every language though. We'll get to that if your language is not listed. But let's just say that I've got a brand new song and it's in Danish. I can select Danish as the language there, do everything else as I would normally do, and we'll be good to go. If your language uses other characters like Cyrillic or Slavic or Chinese script or others, then you do need to ensure that you use the Romanized version of that. So if you're selecting a language here, make sure that you're using the Romanized version. It will just make it more consistent across all of the different platforms. And some languages, like Chinese for instance, DistroKid will give you this warning that it can't deliver Chinese content to iTunes or Apple Music, but other stores will receive the content. However, a lot of what DistroKid have set in here with their languages is based around the decisions of the actual platforms and the stores as opposed to DistroKid. So don't be surprised if you select a language and you get this pop-up. And once again, really important that we use the Romanized version of the language here instead of using any other characters. If you've got a keyboard or if you've got your computer set up with other characters, use the Romanized versions. It will just ensure that it is correctly listed with places like Spotify, Apple Music, and others. What if, however, you've already released a song and then you've realized that you haven't set the right language? Well, you might think you can jump in here and hit the edit release button. Unfortunately, there is no editing for the language. It's a bit like genre and other things. You can't actually change them after the fact. What you will need to do is actually remove that release completely and then re-upload it with the updated language. I know it's not a great solution, but if you really want to make sure that it is listed as the correct language, that's what you'll need to do. Jump into your track, remove the release, and then re-release it. And I'll show you how to do that in another video you'll find linked in the description. But to give you a really quick overview, all you really need to do is click Edit Release, scroll to the bottom, and click on this one, remove this release from all stores. And then I suggest waiting a few days, coming back in, hitting upload and re-uploading it with the correct language. What if, however, your language is not one of the listed languages here is DistroKid? Well, that means that none of the stores will actually sort by that language. So the advice here is to leave it as English, which is the most common language for music releases, and make sure that your title is entered using those Romanized characters that are in the English alphabet. I know English, we kind of dominate when it comes to this sort of thing, and hopefully more languages will be added in the future. And hey, if you want to reach out to your platforms of choice or to DistroKid and suggest other languages, go ahead. And if you're wondering if this really matters, if having the language correct matters, well, it does help. The more metadata you have, the better it can be categorized and the more discoverability your songs, EPs, and albums will have once they're released to other platforms. Before we finish up, a few pro tips for you. When you're uploading, please double, triple, quadruple check all of the data that you're entering here, especially the language, because it's one of the things that cannot be changed. For multilingual songs, choose the dominant language for the field. And once again, make sure that you're using that Romanized text. If you don't know what that means, it means your basic English alphabet. And that will ensure that your song goes through, that it's discoverable, it's taggable, and everything will go smoothly. So to recap, make sure that you set your language accordingly because once it's in there, there really is no going back. You don't want the messiness of having to remove your release and then re-release it. Have you had experience with using different languages when releasing your music with DistroKid? Do you have additional tips? I would love to hear them. Drop those down in the comments below. And don't forget, if you're not already using DistroKid, I highly recommend it. You can save yourself 7% off your first year on any DistroKid plan using the link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.